Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sheila here in Boho Daydreams, and welcome to my channel. It is wonderful to be back. I feel just a little bit out of practice, and also feel like I'm a little bit behind in seeing what you've all created in the last 2.5 months. And slowly but surely, I'm catching up on that. Had a wonderful time in Canada. Got to spend a lot of time with my Charlotte. She is adorable. And I've seen pictures since I've come home and she's grown even more, and it kind of tears at my heart a little bit because she's changing so much again. And she's 2.5 years old. She's going to be 3 end of October. And she's just this amazing little person. I'm so in love with her. All right, so I have a little catch up here on some of the pieces that I received before I left for Canada, and some actually came while I was in Canada. So the first one here is from, let me see where my little tag is. This one here is from A Dreamy Bohemian, Randi Kirby, and you may know her as the Speckled Seahorse, but she has since changed her name to A Dreamy Bohemian. You'll find her on Instagram and on YouTube also as A Dreamy Bohemian. So this came from Randi, and it's actually 2 packages. One is a flower kit and the other one is a silk. It's a silk fabric package. So these are the beautiful flowers, and I'm going to link Randi's information in the description box so you can go and find out how she made these, or where she found the inspiration to create these. They're just beautiful. There was also a beautiful little stuffed heart. I love this fabric. I think you sent me some of that fabric too, Randi. I think this was a swap project in our group a while ago. Then there was some little flowers, because this is a kit so that I can make my own flowers, and I can also make this beautiful Victorian Bohemian lady paddle. Isn't she pretty? Look at all the layers and the feathers and the fabric. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's a bit of the textiles. There's some sticks and some printouts. And then there's this beautiful fabric package. I love this stuff. This is a silk, an embroidered silk, and then this is kind of a velvet type of burnt out fabric. It's not cotton, and it's a vintage fabric, and she sent me quite a nice piece of it. Thank you so much, Randi. You know how much I love textiles. And this is, oops, I don't want to take this out. It's so noisy. So this is the flower kit, and it's got all the different pieces to make one of those beautiful flowers. This is take 2, because the first take I had left everything in the cellophane bags. It was so noisy that I thought I better redo this, because it's going to make all of us a little bit deaf just from the wrinkling of the cellophane. Look at these beautiful feathers. I'm not going to take them out because they're a bit of a challenge to get back in. But they're so pretty. Also included in the package was some sequins. Aren't they pretty? Randi finds a lot of her treasures at estate sales, at antique sales, and her thrift stores. She's out east, and she has access to some very amazing pieces. And I think these pieces here came from somebody who had collected textiles over the years. And so these are all vintage pieces of silk. And Randi was saying she didn't realize how much these pieces thread. And I thought, oh wow, welcome to my world. Oops, welcome to my world. Everything that I cut up looks like that. I have to trim it all up. Look at the beautiful, beautiful sheen on that. Just pretty. I love these pieces. Oh, they feel so heavy and so rich. Look at the peacocks on that. Japanese. And this piece too. I just love it. Thank you so much, Randy, for thinking of me. You know these are going to go into the pile, right? The pile of saving. Saving until I know what I'm doing. All right, and so there was also another package, and I'm trying not to create too much of a wiggle so that my table isn't moving so much, making us all dizzy. This here is from Michele Esquivel. And Michele is boho crafty chica. And she sent this to me this year. I think it was in February or March. And I've been meaning to get this onto the YouTube to give her the acknowledgement and the credit because it is so very beautiful. I just didn't have time. And then when I got called away to Canada so abruptly, everything had to get put on hold. And I did a lot of mask making while I was there. Look at this pretty little, beautiful little tassel. Michele is a jewelry maker. So these nice little loops come very easy to Michele. And the beads and her color coordination is amazing. Look at that. Thank you for using the silk pieces from my tassel packages. That is just so pretty. And these will be hanging from one of the chandeliers. The tassels will be hanging from one of the chandeliers. I almost have a chandelier now dedicated to Michele because I have a couple of pieces from her. Look at this. Look how pretty this is. Just pretty. I love her little loops. They're all so perfect. And your bead caps too, Michele. I would just love to know how you find your bead caps. They're so beautiful. Look at all this goodness. All of it. Here's another piece with a boho bead. Her beads are gorgeous. And the papers that she's attached them to. The tags are beautiful. Oh, I love this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? That piece of jewelry is stunning. And it's held onto the back like that with some buttons. Isn't that clever? I just love it. And then there's this master board. That's just stunning. I think that Michele has some digis using the masterboard in her Etsy shop. And if I can figure out how to link that, I'm going to link that also in the description box. I'll put as much of Michelle's information in the description box as I can. Look at this. I just love it. I have another heart from Michele also. And I need a, what's it called? One of those bulletin boards so that I can actually put these beautiful things, I can actually put them onto the bulletin board so I can see them more often. And I also noticed that I say actually a lot. And so I'm hoping that I can kind of change that up a little bit because I would like to, you know, not use the same words quite as often as I do, if that makes sense. I hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a start to a really wonderful week. Bye, everyone.